Well, hello everyone from your National Weather Service here in Gaylord, Michigan, and welcome to our 2015 Summer Outlook. Well, first we must talk about the one rather remarkable persistent pattern found across North America. We're looking here at 500 millibar heights, or just short of halfway up in the atmosphere. Focus on this troughing that extends really from the North Pole down through the Great Lakes region, in fact much of the northeastern half of North America, with very persistent ridging up the west coast into parts of Alaska and the Northwest Territories. As mentioned, this pattern has really been going on for about the last 2 years or so and really shows no signs of abating anytime soon. Taking a look at the summer temperatures outlook recently released by the Climate Prediction Center. Looking at a probability graphic here, really, you can see that blue shading across the southern and central plains, and that shows where odds favor below normal temperatures for the summer season. Look at the west coast right up into Alaska, definite odds favoring above normal temperatures in that region. And across the Great Lakes region, you can see that what we refer to as equal chance, just really saying there's no strong signal either way for above or below normal temperatures. Superimposing the upper level wind fields really shows what we talked about earlier about that very persistent ridging up the west coast, favoring that above normal temperatures with the broad troughing downstream through the Great Lakes region, really much of the eastern half of the nation. And that tends to favor those below normal temperatures you see there in the southern and central plains. As we all know, it's been a rather dry start to the spring. In fact, it's really been dry since last December, recent rains notwithstanding, of course. And because of that, we have seen some abnormally dry surface conditions across the northern Great Lakes region. The reason this is brought up is sometimes we have noticed that when you have a dry spring, it tends to foretell a dry summer because we don't have that moisture to begin with to feed afternoon showers and thunderstorm development. And in addition, dry soils tend to warm up quicker. So if we can stay dry, and there's really no indications that we will, but if we do stay dry, that may tend to favor a warmer than normal summer. Well, like I said, trends really seem to indicate, and recent rains have shown this, that we may quickly lose these abnormally dry surface conditions across our area. Regarding summer precipitation, once again, the evidence supports odds favoring above normal precipitation through the summer season across the central and southern plains. Unfortunate for those in Texas and Oklahoma where they've experienced unbelievable amounts of rain so far this spring season. For us, equal chance, once again, no strong signal, and that's a very common signal across the Great Lakes region during the summer season, where much of our precipitation is dictated by individual shower and thunderstorm outbreaks, which is just simply too hard to forecast through the summer months of June, July, and August. El Nino remains a significant wild card. This El Nino was actually supposed to start forming back in the fall and winter. It really failed to do so. It was really taking legs here recently as we headed through the spring season. What we're looking at here are two graphs. The upper graph is actual surface temperatures found across the equatorial Pacific, and the bottom one is the actual anomalies, how much those temperatures are above and below normal. Really focus on that bottom graph where you can see that broad area of some oranges, even some reddish color, indicative of a rather extensive area above normal temperatures found across the equatorial Pacific, and that is El Nino. Whenever you get consecutive months or several months of at least a half degree above normal temperatures in that area, it is classified El Nino. You can see here a lot of that area right now is at or above 1 degree above normal. You can see that here, you can actually see that better here in this graphic, centering on this Nino 3.4 region. Once again, anything above a half degree is considered an El Nino. We are currently at 1. Which some evidence is actually starting to warm up even further. You can see that here in this graphic. We had the warm start to the waters back in early winter. They tend to they tailed off during the winter season, but have recently shown signs of strengthening or warming once again as we head through April and May. And El Nino plays a really significant role on global circulation and really has significant impacts on all of our weather, all of North American weather, more so in this fall and winter seasons. It'll be kind of interesting to see what kind of effects this El Nino will have on our summer weather. Take a look at some of the guidance forecasting this El Nino. Really focus on this yellow line, which is kind of the dynamical average of all of this guidance. Once again, anything over a half degree is considered El Nino. This is temperature anomalies. When you get up here to 1 and 1.5 squarely in the El Nino, in fact, this is actually more considered a moderate El Nino. The stronger the El Nino, the more impacts it will have on North American weather. Influence on El Nino, like I said, not very common in the summer season, but when looking back at past El Nino summer events, looking here at our temperature anomalies, definitely see that hints of about normal to perhaps even slightly below normal temperatures in parts of our area, driven by El Nino. Much better signals experienced with precipitation, with strong evidence that El Nino support a wetter than normal summer, especially across the western half of the Great Lakes region. So this is something really to keep an eye on. Like I said, this area has been abnormally dry so far, so this would really greatly help out with those precipitation deficits. So we have to see if this trend continues, and indeed El Nino supports this trend as we head through June, July, and August. So some of the takeaway points from this summer outlook, trends for near to slightly below normal temperatures, but no doubt looking warmer than last summer, which was nearly record-setting cold. Trends for near normal precipitation, which is usually the case for our summer season. And El Nino, the strength of which will have significant impacts and remains a significant wild card on our summer outlook. Well, that's all we have. Thanks again for taking the time to listen. Our goal is to do more of these outlooks, particularly for the winter and summer seasons. So everyone have a great summer.